like you're not living up to your full potential? The Life Coach is your guide to unlocking your true self. Join us each week as we explore topics like overcoming self-doubt, building healthy habits, finding your passion, developing meaningful relationships, achieving your goals. The Life Coach features teachings with Segun Olugbemi. Practical.
Hello, welcome to the Life Coach. I'm Segun Olugbemi, your coach. On TLC, we try to give you strategies to cope with life and to bring out the best in you. And you know what? One of the things I believe is that every human being is created a leader. You are a leader. You are born a leader. You not just to be led, you have to lead in something. And my very popular way of describing that is the part of a vehicle. Every part of a vehicle is a leader in its own right. In other words, without the ignition key, that car is not moving. It ain't moving nowhere, you know. Without the tires, then the wheel will be useless. Without the wheel, the tires will be useless. Without the battery, then that engine is not going to move. Then without the doors, then we're exposed. Then without the, the parts, the different parts, the piston, that different part, if it's mechanical, if it's electronic, how about all the wires? How about everything? How about the windshield and the windows, door windows and all that? Every one of these things has been put into the car, and every one of these parts is a leader in his own right. They all represent something. They're different, they work differently, they offer different services, and whatever you do, you cannot. Each part of a vehicle depends on another to function. And that's how this world is. As beautiful, as diverse as we are here on earth, God has beautifully woven us like a beautiful tapestry, woven our destiny and our purposes and everything and His plans for our lives together, so that without you, the world isn't going to function the way it ought to. For instance, like the philosophers will say, the rich exist for the poor exist for the rich. In other words, a rich man does not enjoy his riches without the poor, because it's the poor who probably service him, who are to be his butler, has to be the chef, has to be this, has to be, and clean his table, clean the house and all that. Those who are not as well-to-do need those who are well-to-do to create jobs. But those who create jobs need these people not well-to-do to be engaged in many jobs that they won't do. You see what it is in life. So you are a leader in your own right. And like I used to say, even the rich and the poor can meet at the table, not the table of friendship, not the table of brotherhood, but at the table of negotiation. So if an electrician is not wealthy, is not poor, a market woman or whatever it is, or lawnmower or whatever, he comes into my home and I'm very wealthy, then he comes into my home, then he comes to the table and he tells me, sir, this electrical work needs $50,000 or 50,000 or 100,000 naira to do the job. We negotiate. That might be the only time he could sit on the same table with me. But if he knows what he's doing, then we can sit down to talk and negotiate. So you are a leader in your own right. Look at the home. The leader of the home, the husband, but at the same time, there are areas where the wife had to lead. How about carrying the baby for 9 months? She's the leader. She's the one to tell us what she feels. So everybody has responsibility here on earth, a responsibility that makes the world a better place. And so you are a leader. And because you are a leader, we want to develop you, want to bring the total man out of you, so that at the end of the day, you live your life fulfilling your purpose, adding value to this earth. And when you have exited here, we'll remember you like some of the great icons that have passed through this world, and then your names will be written in the annals of this world as people that have affected us positively. You'll be eternally written in our memories. You die, and then your epitaph will be written, here lies a man who lived, who saw, who conquered, and affected the rest of us. So that's the important thing. That's why we have this TLC, the Life Coach. And I want to really enjoin you to share the link, share with your friends, let them come. So what I want to address is very important to me, because I've been through this in many years in leadership. I've been through burnout. Burnout, so it's strategies to help you reset. So burnout recovery is what I'm talking about. Burnout recovery and strategies to help you reset. Now, I'm going to encourage you to follow the suggestions for recovering from burnout, stress, and anxiety when it comes to this experience. And burnout is experiences that we go through, which include, the strategies that who will help you to recover when you are burnout, okay? It may include speaking to your therapist, paying attention to your needs. Your body can only handle you for so long. If you consistently experience high levels of stress without taking steps to manage or reduce it, exhaustion and eventually will take over your life, leaving you emotionally and anymore, because even the things you enjoy doing, the things you used to do, the work, you wake up in the morning, you go to work, go to your office, and you're excited about it. You just said, look, I'm glad to be back in the office. Hello, everybody. Now you wake up in the morning, you are demotivated. You don't feel like going to work. You're a pastor, you don't feel like going to church. You don't even feel like doing what you used to do. These are some of the signs of burnout. So it happens to everybody. And since burnout happens gradually, you might not notice it immediately. You might not notice the symptoms immediately. But once it takes hold, it can affect your ability to function across all aspects of life. Recognize the signs before they destroy you. And part of the signs, so burnout essentially is a period in your life, or a season in your life, when you've done so much, you put so much pressure on your body, on your mind, so much so that you are unable to focus the way you ought to. You are unable to do the things you ought to. You are losing interest. You are disinterested. You are now emotionally fagged out. You are fatigued. You are frazzled. You are tired. You're frazzled. You are literally overwhelmed. You are now getting tired. Your body is, not functioning well, and all that. So it can affect your ability to function across all, spectrum of life, all aspects of life. Recognize the signs. They include, number one, forgetfulness and difficulty concentrating, and that's one of the first signs of burnout. You'll be looking at it's looking like, what is going on here? What's that I'm trying to say? Then you just know, you easily forget. When you find difficult pride in your work, you just don't take interest in it anymore. You feel like doing something totally different, and then you are a teacher, you don't feel like going to TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, because you know that, Monday is, and then starting in the morning. And that's more important. The most important things to you, you start losing them out. Then difficulty in maintaining relationships and being present with loved ones. Now you're working, and then your wife comes, and this happens, and that happens, and you don't have enough time. You're just busy. And now you are out of job, or you close out of your closing hour, and you're sitting down, and your loved ones are around you, and you're feeling irritated. You don't feel like being with them, and you probably burn out. You're tired. You say, I just want to be alone. I don't want to be with anybody. I'm tired. I just want to be alone. Now, if all the time you want to be alone, you can't be with loved ones, you can't concentrate, you can't do other things, it's a sign that you are experiencing burnout. Then frustration and irritability with co-workers, with friends, with family members may become too sensitive and easily upsetting. Now they're talking to you, and you say, no, I don't want to talk to anybody. No, it's okay, just go. And every little thing you flare up, every little thing you are angry, then there's transferred aggression. Your kids are feeling it, your wife is feeling it, members of your family are feeling it, your co-workers or your colleagues or your staffers, they're all feeling the pains, and they see that you are becoming irritable. You're too sensitive because of frustration and irritability. And it has nothing to do with them. It has so much to do with you having overworked yourself, overworked your emotion, overworked your faculties, so much so that everything in you is now repulsive. Is repulsive. Everything coming around you is repulsive. And it wants to go against the grain. You just don't want to be around there. It could be very, very bad. Unexplained muscle spasm, muscle tension, pains, fatigue, and insomnia, sleepless nights. Estimates suggest anywhere between 4 to 7% of working public may experience burnout throughout their working years in certain fields such as healthcare, pastoring, and a combatant soldier. They tend to experience burnout much more at higher rates than others. All right? Now, burnout can have a far-reaching impact very often. Now, I don't know about you. I have been in leadership for upward of 40 years now, and I've been on a full-time ministry for 39 years. Man, you want to be a caregiver, you want to look after people, your emotion is constantly being tasked. You task your emotion every day. This one comes in. I remember a day that I was at the dining and I had not eaten any food for the day, about 2 or 3 o'clock. No, getting close to between 3 and 4. And I had ordered the food I wanted to eat for the first time. And then the young woman walked up to me and sat with me at the dining. And I said, okay, sit down. Yes, what can we talk? He said, sir, you have not eaten since morning. Why don't you eat? I don't want anything to obstruct. I said, just go ahead and share. And she told me, I'm pregnant. And I said, by who? For who? How manage? You're not married. Well, I'm pregnant. Oh, so and so. My boss in the office, and this. And I'm just from the hospital, and I'm carrying twins. Excuse me? And that was it. And I burst into tears, and I stayed there and started working and sent her to hospital. We did all that to see that she, get antenatal care and all that. And so that's how I didn't eat throughout that day. For how long can you carry that? Carry on with such activities? And then people are coming in, they're having marriage problems. This one is coming in, they're having issues. This one is coming in, they're having that, and they just keep bashing on you every now and then. You're counseling and you're having issues. You have to preach, you have to teach, you have to guide, you have to lead. And now for some of us who are into leadership and we go to train other people, we had Bible school, I'm teaching, raising pastors, then we have different other things. And we just put so many things together. And I'm there teaching, and sometimes you cry with the people, you laugh with the people, and you rejoice with the people, and your emotion is just roller coaster, and you are off and on. And you do that year in, year out. You can only do that for so long, and then you start to experience burnout. If you're a soldier, and I tell you this, I talk to officers and all that, and I spoke to an officer who commanded a force during the insurgency in the northern part of this country, my country, Nigeria, and at a point he just shut down, and he will be watching, and they're talking to him, and he can't answer you, and he's just looking. The only thing he could watch, maybe football, to smile. He won't say anything because he's seen dead, he's fought, he's done, and his brain is constantly alarming. I have a son in the military, a foster son in the military who's an officer, and he said to me, Dad, I'm scared. Every time he said, look, my brain is, I'm feeling guilty, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that. And I had to get him, okay, go get some pass. You need to do this, you need that. Then use these skills I'm teaching you now. So if you're in caregiving, healthcare, you are a counselor, you are a medical doctor, a nurse, you're a caregiver, you are a soldier, you are someone that you're into building and all that. People, you are a utility player. They always look for you. You can easily experience burnout. And so burnout the impact can be far-reaching. For instance, number one, it includes negatively affecting your performance at work. There's no way you can burn out and preach well if you're a pastor, or you can really talk to people and administer, real health issues and counseling to other people. You will have issues, okay? Then mental health issues. Man, I can tell you a lot about this. I've seen nurses that have, nervous breakdown. I've seen pastors who are trying to commit suicide. Over the last year, 2 years, we've dealt with a couple of pastors who were suicidal. A lot of counseling and medical help that we have to put into place and all that. Now, seeking, entertainment and satisfaction in vices, misdirecting energy and resources. For instance, I counsel people often who are so tired. I've counseled, military officers. I've counseled pastors. I've counseled people who find satisfaction in watching pornography, nudity, in voyeurism, being naked before the camera for other men. I found pleasure in shopping. As soon as they are in this bad state, they rush in, they start shopping and shopping and shopping. And, you just find yourself, it can push you to vices you don't know. I counsel them every day. I pray for people. I guide people out of this thing every day because they have been worn out. And I had to talk to somebody. I said, when are you going to take a step back and put your health, put yourself first and make your mental health issues a primary focus? And I said, you cannot continue to live in vices. You feel that by just doing this thing, I was talking to somebody yesterday and I said, every time you've spoken to me, you always smell alcohol. He said, it's true, sir. And I said, why? He said, it's just to kill the thoughts and to kill all that is going on in me. Now, he thought by suspending himself from dealing with reality, then it's okay. But mental health issues are real. You can't indulge in vices and try to satisfy yourself in these vices and negative energies and hope you will survive it. You see? Another thing that can result is keeping you from enjoying hobbies and time with family and relaxing outside of work. A lot of people are just, once you're out, it's like you're feeling guilty. I don't think I can do it. No, I need to go. I need to be on my own. I need to be this. So you are itchy. You can't spend time with family. You can't laugh. Everybody is smiling and laughing and bantering and chattering. You can't do that because you're just irritable. You're just too sensitive. Okay, you are like snail or periwinkle. As soon as they touch you, you go back into your shell. It will keep you from enjoying hobbies and pastime with family. Then increasing risk for health concerns. It includes cardiovascular diseases, type 2 diabetes, depression, and even suicide. Hey, I hope I can talk to you. I some time ago, 2 years ago or thereabout, or over a year ago, I had a little bit health care. And I had to go run some tests and everything was cleared. And I just insisted, will you check my sugar? And they said, oh, this is high. It's too much for you. And I said, I've never had that in over 60 years. How manage? They said to me, that's it. And I said, but I've eaten so healthy for more than 25 years and I just can't come down with this. They said, how about your pressure level? I said, oh. Then they ran some tests. I said, my pressure level was literally like 14/10 for the last 4 years. They said, that's it. And so I'm talking to you from experiences that I nursed myself back into reality, taking rest when I need to, going in, I had to get into my regular workout. Now I'm trying to register in a golf club and I got into swimming class. I'm swimming now, I'm trying my best, I'm putting things together. I'm just taking time to enjoy my life. So you need to deal with this. I just told you in a couple of years, in the last 2 years, I've had to deal with a couple of pastors dealing with suicidal thoughts. And I've dealt with a lot more people dealing with suicidal thoughts because they keep serving others and they never remember themselves. So we need to take this thing in, essentially because it can worsen from one point to another. All right? So I'm going to give you a couple of steps. I believe from my next series, I'm going to give you a couple of steps that will help you to deal with burnout. At least I will give you about 10 steps to help you on to recover from burnout. But suffice it to say, to end this episode, I need to remind you that burnout is not something you can cope with for too long. I have been involved in helping people who had family situations and they had burnout. They just kept sitting down in their family and constantly running kids, training kids, rearing kids, doing that. And God has used us to nurse them back, counsel them back. It's the reason I actually have a place in my house I call Obadiah House. Obadiah Commission is a place where we have kept, and through the goodwill of people, they send some support to help us. And I get these people, leaders, pastors, family people, different people who have been under immense pressure. And then now they're burnt out. Now they're having sleepless nights. They're fatigued. They're having health issues, and they're having frustrations and irritability, difficulty maintaining relationship. They're losing sight of themselves and their goals. They're having diminished pride in their work. They're forgetting, and everything is just happening to them rapidly. And then God has helped us. They come around, and then professionally, we're able to listen to them, and we can diagnose that these guys are, being fatigued, and we need to handle them ASAP. And then we sit down and we start to reach out to them. And then when we listen to them, we know exactly what the problem is. And some of them, recently, as early as even today, as late as today, and somebody called me and said, now I'm burnt out. I'm into church work. I'm singing. I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, and I found that I've lost interest, I've lost myself, I'm not together, and I'm just going to lose it. And if I talk to my leaders, they won't understand it. They just see me working, but now I'm now in autopilot. I'm now robotic in everything I'm doing. I'm burnt out. And the first thing I always say to them is, the first step is this: take time off that assignment. They have told pastors that. I've told leaders that. And they say, well, if I'm not there, who is going to take up the play? And I say, watch it. I've always looked for that, and I have documentaries of it. Let's go. Especially in this part of the world, in Africa, I don't know, other parts of the world. They say, we wait a minute silent, and then immediately time them. The most I've seen will be 15 to 20 seconds. I've never seen anyone that's up to 30 seconds. Not to talk of 1 minute silent. That is how brief, that is how short, that is how brief human memory is. As a matter of fact, recently, a chief executive of a CEO officer of a company, chief executive officer of a healthcare, one of the largest healthcare companies in America, was shot dead. And he was to meet with investors, shareholders, in the city of New York. He was walking in there and somebody shot him dead because he's had some encounters with them and they couldn't treat him, and they won't, whatever his excuses were. He shot this guy dead. You know what? The body was still cold, was still warm. The people are there. And do you know, even the shareholders did not cancel the meeting for him. Not to say because our CEO had just, the guy who has been overseen, the cash cow has just died. Please, let's just, not a minute silent, but let's put up this meeting, let's reschedule. They went ahead the meeting over the dead body of this guy. That's how brief, that is how dispensable you are. You are very dispensable. Very dispensable. Don't ever believe. See, the graveyard is filled with people that are indispensable. You are dispensable, just like that. A minute silence and everybody is gone. If I have 15 seconds silence and everybody has forgotten about you. You are very dispensable. Or go to the graveyard and see indispensable people. Everybody has forgotten about them. So I want to help you today. You need to take time out. The first step is take a step back. And I'm going to be teaching you on the next episode, and I'm going to give you some details, some keys that will help you. And then till I come your way next time, keep watching, share this link with other people, and just come back again. And please do subscribe so that once you click on that subscription, as soon as we post an episode, you're going to be having it. It will alert you to let you know, and we'll be back again on TLC. God bless.
Remember, your journey of self-discovery is a continuous one. Embrace the challenges, celebrate your successes, and never stop believing in your ability to grow. Thank you for listening to The Life Coach. Until next week, Friday, by 8 p.m., live a life filled with purpose and joy.